Is this a sick joke? Mom?
What if your childhood friend confessed to you, but you never give them an answer? We're introduced to Kiyose. Her childhood friend Nakata always confesses to her. It started in elementary school, continued into middle school, and now into high school. He'll just say, "I love you," out of nowhere. The thing is, she never gives him an answer. She just avoids the subject by saying stuff like, "Quit teasing me." One day, he's finally fed up with her not giving him an answer. He calls her out on it and asks her out one last time. She finally gives him an answer and says yes, but he can tell that her heart isn't all the way in it. He tells her that he's okay if she's not in love with him yet and is fine with taking things slow to see where things go. A few days pass and she starts to become more comfortable with her feelings towards him, but suddenly he dies in a tragic accident. Now that he's gone, now she realizes she loved him and regrets not being honest with her feelings. But here's where the twist comes in. A spirit says that she can grant her one wish. She makes a wish to see him again and it looks like he's alive, but she's been replaced? What's going on? Find out by reading the completed manga, Mota Kata Omayu.
And what could that be?
I want a subordinate who will never die.
Ah? But Rose, all beings are born fated to die.
I can train them to overcome that fate.
It is July 1940.
A streamer shares a common saying, suggesting that marriage is the grave of life. But for Makoto Tanaka, a man battling a grotesque monster, he believes that getting employed is the true grave of life. He reviews the daunting list of targets: 5 A-rank monster trolls, 4 basilisks, and 3 S-rank turret dragons. Makoto Tanaka, a member of the Black Dog Guild, sips a drink at his desk, acknowledging that these are all troublesome monsters. Exhausted, he slumps in his chair, lamenting that he won't make it home tonight. He calculates that even if he rushes to the dungeon immediately, it will be past midnight. His watch shows it's 2:25 a.m. as he questions the last time he was actually home. Sitting alone in the empty office, surrounded by stacks of work, he lets out a deep sigh, his one desire being sleep. 10 years ago, mysterious structures known as dungeons appeared all over the world, unleashing unknown creatures upon the cities. New weapons, created with unknown technology, also emerged. This gave rise to explorers, people who braved the dungeons in search of treasure. But the path of an explorer was fraught with peril. Facing the monsters inside without proper equipment was a death sentence. However, the advent of dungeons also awakened special powers in certain talented people. These newfound abilities made them immensely stronger than ordinary people, allowing them to combat the dungeon's threats. Riding a crowded train, Makoto internally admits that he is one of the few who has awakened special powers. He overhears a couple, the boy expressing his desire to explore a dungeon, while his girlfriend reminds him it is dangerous for those who are not awakened. He sees someone watching a popular dungeon stream. He explains that the Nishi Shinjuku Cliff Dungeon is located in the middle of a massive cliff, making it difficult to access. To solve this, the Dungeon Administration Bureau recently built an elevator station to take explorers down to the entrance at the bottom. As he approaches the explorers, He's confused by the unprecedented crowd, noting his item or monster has appeared, but is anxious, realizing he might have to cancel the dungeon attack on his very first stream, as his viewers react with a mix of disappointment and anger, with some accusing him of staging a stunt and unsubscribing from his channel. The stream will be a complete disaster. The negative feedback floods his seeing materials from a man named Adachi, but feels unprepared somehow. He swallows his nervousness shoulder. Excuse recognizes him, shouting out. Others gasp, remarking San. Turns and immediately recognizes him, shouting out. Of attention, Makoto is completely overwhelmed, acknowledging that he's already a celebrity with many fans among the explorers. A flustered Makoto finally asks what Makoto is also planning on entering the Nishi Cliff and exclaiming how lucky he feels. Makoto confirms that Nishi Cliff is just an abbreviation for the Nishi Shinjuku for his earlier excitement and explains that the elevator to the entrance is booked down halfway through. The man adds that if Makoto finally understands the severity of the situation, his viewers are growing impatient, with many suggesting if he delays any longer, unexpected problems in the documents he provided. Frantically pulling out his phone, he fled the reception building. The staff confirm they have evidently walks up to the reception desk. The receptionist admits she's a fan who has watched checkment. Makoto comments, one must submit an application for their members. Reluctantly, edge of the chasm, peering, Makoto walks away from the reception building. He approaches the edge of the chasm, peering down into the dark abyss where the dungeon entrance lies. Makoto remains resolute, deciding to follow Adachi's advice and enter the dungeon the usual way. His drone companion panics, screaming that the drop is far too deep, and he will certainly die if he falls. His viewers watch in disbelief, with some mocking him and assuming that even the famous swordmaster has found the task impossible.
They cast him aside, left him standing in the shadow of the demon.
A streamer shares a common saying, suggesting that marriage is the grave of life. But for Makoto Tanaka, a man battling a grotesque
Hunter Mathis lives in the
How y'all doing? Sorry for taking so long. It's it's your boy Papa Bear bringing you. Well, as a video, as it says in the name, I'm just streaming, brother. I got 3 videos on YouTube I'm gonna watch. First one is the Roblox situation. To be fair, I have heard about it, and hey, what can I say? Roblox fucked itself up. Cause I mean, from the way they put it on Twitter when it came to Schlep and the cease and desist, I mean, shit, it sound like you trying to protect child predators. You mean you kind of dug your own grave there? How'd you expect the internet was gonna react? So I'm gonna check out this video that Schlep just posted. And all honest, this is my first time even hearing about Schlep because when I be on YouTube, I don't really watch catch a predator videos and whatnot. This just not up. This is not up to my. That's just not me thing. In all honesty, I'm just not into that. But Every now and then I'll catch a video of it or see a clip and shit. It'd be funny. And then somehow I just forget about it like an hour, 2 hours later. But yeah, this thing been going around. Uh, yeah, they totally right. Cause I seen the Aspen Go video when he was on Roblox trying to see if there was any predators on there. Yeah, they need to free my boy Schlep. Cause that man doing a good thing like JD Daily over like JD Daily. Yeah, child predators they need to go. They need to just die. No, shoot. If if you if you if you do something with kids of a sexual nature, I don't care if you mentally insane or not. That's a conscious choice, and then consciously you need to go die. I'ma stand by it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But I wasted enough of your time. Let's get into this, shall we? Cause yeah, y'all ain't here to see me talk. Y'all here to see this Schlep video. Free my boy Schlep. I said my piece.
Roblox isn't a place where we filter all the text and the voice, where we monitor for critical harms, where there's no image sharing or any of the things that might happen from that.
I want to start off by saying that we all want to keep Roblox safe. We share this view, and we know that there's members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them as part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer.
I want to highlight we have always had safety as one of our top priorities, and we're not waiting for the law or legislation. We've innovated with age estimation on our own because we want to keep people on our platform.
This whole situation is kind of crazy.
Everybody go donate to this boy Schlep.
This is probably the worst decision this company has ever made.
Hashtag free Schlep on God. Yeah, they actually need Schlep.
I'm wishing Schlep the best.
Roblox, you need to do something.
There's got to be something done. Nobody at Roblox listens to us. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
Why should we support a platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught?
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value following their response to their cease and desist letter against me. Just for context, I'm someone who's gotten 6 predators within their community arrested in real life. That loss, though, isn't on me. It's a direct result of Roblox's own response to its child safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled down. They've put out statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless, even safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled.
Roblox has a history of ignoring issues related to child predators, in addition to banning and filing a cease and desist order against Schlep, who helped get child predators arrested. We just added context they thought people might want to know. Roblox has faced lawsuits and reports of violence and stop grooming abuse. Its moderation and age verification system are criticized as ineffective, driving some users to form vigilante sting groups. I want to be part of those groups for real. Man, I wish I got into Roblox like 6, 7 some years ago. At the time, I didn't really care about Minecraft like stuff. Minecraft related content. I mean, I'm not really into Minecraft videos now, but I mean, shit, I might get it because those 1,000 players simulate civilization videos. That should be kind of nice for real. I really kind of want to be in those for real. For transparency, we are sharing more information about the decision to remove vigilance. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're removing the people that's trying to help save your platform that's targeted for children while children are being targeted by filthy, disgusting adults?
Even quadruple.
Safety and civility have always been our top priority. Here's an update on our safety release from the past week, including our updates approach to vigilantism. We also provide additional releases in the works. Roblox banned YouTuber Schlep for targeting and arresting predators. They are also sent a cease and desist to him. You what? Exactly.
Quadrupled down. They've put out statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless vigilantes while claiming that their platform is safe, when it absolutely is not. People are just seeing through this, and that's why a huge movement has started online called Free Schlep. It's been trending everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called out the company's child abuse problem, and the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a giant lawsuit against the company for, and I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The day after the Attorney General's lawsuit was filed, Roblox's market value dropped by $12 billion. In response, the company scrambled to roll out new policies targeting the very not safe for work games featured in the lawsuit and my videos, like for instance bathroom simulators. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now, but still, even after everything, instead of removing these blatantly inappropriate experiences, Roblox simply slapped a 17+ label on them. They also launched a ban wave against some of the worst games they've knowingly hosted for years. Games that have led thousands of children to getting extorted, and worse. Roblox's actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've and worse.
They've been fighting Roblox to help protect children for years. Had they not been stuck, this probably wouldn't have even been a thing. I mean, that's the ironically sad part. It took banning someone who's trying to protect your platform against predators because your platform is targeted for the younger audience that don't know no better. It took y'all getting rid of him basically to destroy yourselves. So that means if they never banned Slep, this thing wouldn't even be happening right now. There'll just be more and more videos of this type of stuff. People complaining and Roblox looking the other way. And it's sad that it took banning a YouTuber when multiple creators and people who have spoken about this have been speaking to Roblox for years. And just now shit is starting to hit the fan because they banned one famous YouTuber who's known for catching these things. Mind you, he's doing this so your company can be safe and grow more money. And your logic was to get rid of him. The sad part about all this is, this don't help the children that's already been abused. This don't help. This don't help them get past their traumas or what's been done to them. This shit could have stopped long ago. It took just now for people to start realizing this shit. And this is the sad shit, bro. This is why I agree with JD Daily, bro. These niggas don't need to be in jail suffering for the rest of their lives. You need to set an example. Long-term punishment, that shit don't work no more. You need to bring back the death penalty. Like they used to do back in our ancestors, back when slavery. Need to hang these child predators, need to hang these motherfucking niggas from the trees, bro. I ain't talking about just black, I'm talking about child predators in period. I don't care what you is, bro. If you targeting children, if you get freaky and sexy off children, bro, you need to tie a noose around your ass and hang you from the trees. I stand by that for real.
Roblox's actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've allowed to fester, when the entire community was screaming at them to fix these problems. And the community saw that killing the messenger was an act of war. Shortly after these changes, Roblox released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, Matt Kaufman, the Chief Safety Officer of Roblox, and Eliza Jacobs, the Senior Director of Product Policy, Chief Safety Officer of Roblox.
I'm sorry, that man looks like a child predator. I stand by that. That man looks like someone who be trying to sell your child some special candy from a busted out van in the back alley. I seen about that.
And Eliza Jacobs, the senior director of product policy, did a 45-minute tech talk. Most of this is just corporate jumbo, but they go ahead and respond directly to their vigilante policy. Before I show this, I want you to remember, I'm the only person that Roblox has targeted with this vigilante policy that they just created. Not even my team was moderated or given any legal letter. I begged for a clear line and even offered to keep much of my work private to help, and I'm no way obligated to do that, but instead, they went straight after me, moderating my accounts and sending a cease and desist before I could even react to the policy. And let's be clear about one thing. I'm not a vigilante. That means I'm taking the law into my own hands. We work with law enforcement.
Right, like, vigilante is someone who goes stalking in the night, beating up criminals and nearly killing them. That's a vigilante. Vigilantes are Batman, Green Arrow, Daredevil, the Punisher. Those are vigilantes. This man is working with the law to get these people found, captured, and imprisoned. And that state senator, I think, who used to be a vet, who's a vet, who used to be in the military, she's trying to bring back the capital punishment for child predators. Them niggas need to be hanged, gassed, shot. Me personally, I like to draw and quarter. Shoot, you get 5 people and load them up with 4 blanks. Fuckhead, you tell them that's a child predator. Shoot, give me the machine gun. I don't need no blank. I'm gonna let that joint up. Shoot, ain't gonna be nothing left. Not even bones gonna be left once I'm done. Gonna turn that man into Swiss cheese.
Which is why we have arrests. Roblox refuses to say my name because they'd have to acknowledge those arrests. But make no mistake, if they're responding to the outrage, which is about me, and this is what they had to say about it. They first start off the interview by talking about how vigilantes started out as a good thing.
Both inside of Roblox, and I think that there are lots of people outside of Roblox who really have the best intentions and the welfare of our community at heart. We all want to keep Roblox safe. And you know what? We welcome them in part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer. And we have members of the community in these vigilante groups that started off in a really good place. They started off by saying,
Shot, you smell that? I mean, y'all can't smell it, but like, man, that shit's strong. I didn't know any better. That smell like some bullshit.
like, hey, they're reporting on issues on Roblox. They're talking about how we could do better. And, you know, we paid really careful attention.
This statement is just laughably hilarious. If Roblox is really paying attention, then what about when my mom emailed you guys about my own cheating case? What did you do then? Nothing. Actually, you kept paying the guy for years afterwards until you were literally forced to do something. Actually, when my mom emailed...
Whoa! What the fuck? When my client attempted, I don't know, it's supposed to be groom or ape, but you telling me this happened to Slep himself? His own mother, and this was a Roblox. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is beyond fucked up. This happened to him personally, bro. Let me rephrase it, because maybe I'm hearing wrong, because I thought he said himself. Hold up. Let me.
Laughably hilarious. If Roblox is really paying attention, then what about when my mom emailed you guys about my own cheating case? What did you do then? Nothing. Actually, you kept paying the guy for...
Oh my god, the developer... Oh, it was suicide. I mean, all 4. You can't say that type of shit on YouTube. When my client attempted Alt 4 and was hospitalized, the developer who groomed Slep was eventually banned from Roblox, only years later after another female developer reported X abuse. Roblox has continued playing and promoting Predator throughout. Bro, Roblox needs to shut down for real. So, bro, there needs to be a class action lawsuit against that company. Hey, y'all need to shut Roblox down. I'm sorry for the kids. Y'all have to play something else. Roblox need to get shut down, or someone needs like that. That the whole management, every person and developer, every developer, creator, whatever, the whole office, Roblox itself needs to be burned at the stake. Sin, I tell you, burn that motherfucker like the witches at the Salem trials, bro. Roblox need to be burned down and forgotten. And no offense on what to say the trial, that was still fucked up. But instead of witches, that needs to be Roblox, because Roblox is the true devil in all this. Because this is fucked up. This is beyond fucked up. I've seen and heard some fucked up shit before. This is truly fucked up. This is beyond fucked up.
Years afterwards, until you were literally forced to do something about it. If what Roblox was claiming was actually true, them listening to the community, why are the biggest content creators leaving your exclusive YouTuber program in protest of how you're moderating your platform? And I'm gonna actually bring up something later in this interview to show you how much of a joke this is. This here is Meep City, one of the most controversial games on Roblox. Creecraft, one of the largest Roblox YouTubers, joined this game and within 4 seconds was exposed to not safe for work content. The community has been complaining about this game for almost a decade now, but Roblox has still continued to leave this game up and platform it. But CEO David Baszucki mentions this game by name, and here's their philosophy on this.
You know, I can see some of our community naming experiences on Roblox and just say, take it down, take it down, take it down. I'd say examples could be Meep City, for example. Can you share, like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
I think one thing that's really challenging on this global immersive interactive platform is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not moderate them for the behavior of their users.
How is this a crazy math problem? This is so simple. The creator of this game wants these people in their game. How is this even controversial? The developer is giving the tools to the player to make this inappropriate content. And that is the problem with Roblox. Roblox turns a blind eye unless the developers are blatantly making not safe for work games. And even then, it is still on the line if Roblox will take action. Roblox might have just went back on their word regarding Meep City. This game had every inappropriate feature removed from it pretty much overnight. It's unknown if Roblox made Alex Neutron, the creator of Meep City, do this, but either way, it shows the public pressure is working. Games that Roblox is doubling down on are folding, so that's why it's really important to keep speaking up about this.
Then we saw something change. What we saw is that some of these groups started engaging with the community in ways that violated our policies. And so let me explain what that means. They would go and create accounts on Roblox claiming to be a child.
Roblox keeps repeating this same talking point, that I'm impersonating and pretending to be a child. But here's the reality. You have to pretend to be a child because if the predators knew they were talking to an adult, that wouldn't even be a crime. You guys seem to be more upset that I'm pretending to be a child than predators are decoys. And if it wasn't our decoys, it would be a real person. It's also worth noting that the FBI, ICAC, and local law enforcement all use these same exact tactics. Would Roblox be willing to send them a cease and desist too? And their claim that I'm impersonating children is flat out false. Impersonation means I'm stealing the identity of a real child. From the very beginning, we've never used real kids. We don't send pictures of real children, and we create totally new identities where every single photo that's sent is of someone that is of age. The only difference is we tell these people that we are underage. This is flat out a lie, what they're claiming. But what happens next is so wild that the CEO of Roblox cuts off the chief safety officer.
And then they would enter into game servers and they would go and start asking everybody around them, how old are you? And they were seeking out adults. If you said that you were, move on. But if you said that you were 25, then they would start engaging in conversations and they would try and use those conversations to simulate.
Matt, Is this anecdotal? Because I know we have chat logs for all chat on Roblox and historical records. So are you able to kind of...
David totally derails that conversation. That statement is probably the most wild made by Matt Kaufman in this whole interview. To simulate what, Matt Kaufman? Because it's not simulation. These are predators thinking that they're talking to someone that is real, and they a lot of times want to show up in person and do stuff to them in real life. And in my opinion, this shows how little Roblox actually cares about this problem. They can say whatever they want, they can talk about all the new safety features that they're rolling out, but it means nothing if lawsuits are being filed every single week against the company and headlines are making the media about a new horrible situation happening because of this platform. I also want to say how they totally lawsuits are being filed every single week against the company and headlines are making
real life nightmare for kids. Roblox faces multiple lawsuits over
the media about a new horrible situation.
Girl was kidnapped by a man who messaged her on Roblox. Officials say blank-year-old found
situation happening because of this platform.
Roblox facing lawsuit by the state. Texas, California, Georgia, Louisiana. 4 states. Nigga, it need to be all the states. What is the U.S. doing?
Platform. I also want to say how they totally mischaracterize how I run my decoy operation. We are never the first to engage with any of the predators. They always contact our decoy account first.
So we saw these actors, they're pretending to be kids, they're trying to find adults, and then what they're doing is they're trying to move the conversation as quickly as possible to other platforms that don't have the type of monitoring and policies that Roblox has. And then they were using that activity that happened on other platforms to create situations that they would then video, they would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
Roblox is accusing me of encouraging adults to talk inappropriately to people they shouldn't. That is not true, and if it was true, I wouldn't have a single arrest. We present ourselves as a naive kid who doesn't know about these topics. Crimes like this should obviously be reported to law enforcement first, not Roblox. If Roblox is notified before the police, they can delete accounts, tip off the predators that are being investigated, and give them a chance to erase valuable evidence that the police need to prosecute. The fact that these predators are on the platform to begin with shows that their safety systems have failed. If Roblox did their jobs, there wouldn't be anybody for us to find. Roblox also claims that I'm moving these players.
If y'all was such a good company, and as you stated multiple times before, your modernization and your policy to protect children was so good, this shit wouldn't be happening. Because here's the funny thing. You don't see this shit on Minecraft. You don't see this shit on Call of Duty, on Battlefield. Well, then again, those type of games ain't supposed to be played by kids, but, you know, the exception is Minecraft. Let's see. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure there were situations like that happen on a lot of kid games, like Minecraft, probably Monkey Quest, Club Penguin. But like, you don't see no one really talking about those because they crack down on that shit, okay? But here we are on Roblox, one of the biggest online free-to-play platforms out there. Mind you, where you can create technically your own game, but it's for the child predators. I've seen Asmongold video. You put like in his before he ended it, because I believe he was getting doxxed. The man was playing a toilet game when he was in high school, and his whole job was to get to the toilet. Now, mind you, it was a platform game, but really shitting. I mean, don't get me started on the other stuff like furries, Meat City. Like, definitely when he was in the schools, like, what is with all those avatars, bro? That makes no sense, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong, but comparatively to all these other online platform and games out there, definitely ones targeted towards kids. How come Roblox either being the second or the third biggest online multiplayer game for children? Y'all got all this shit. And all honestly, if y'all was monetizing this shit like Schlepp is saying, he wouldn't even be making these videos. He wouldn't even be he probably wouldn't be as big as he is now. I'm not saying that he got famous off of what he's doing. He's doing a good thing. But what I'm saying is, if y'all was truly modernizing, these problems wouldn't be happening. You wouldn't be $12 billion in the hole. You wouldn't be investigated by multiple government official or Dan Hansen himself. I mean, not Dan, Chris Hansen himself. What are you doing, man? Making a mistake. Making a mistake. Nah. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna just finish this video and eat my bagel double cheeseburgers because this shit is sad for real. This is the type of shit that you see on social media or small MMOs. I mean, this shit's just fucking sad. Y'all, I can't even say y'all need to do better because y'all was told multiple times. It's like the saying goes: you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink it. You have multiple people, multiple famous content creators tell y'all these situations on multiple times, and y'all have done nothing about it. Nothing. Shoot, it's gotten so bad. You got people like Aslan Gone and Moist Critical commenting on it, and it still wasn't enough. It was only after you banned this man who was doing good, by the way, working with the law to catch these very dangerous and disgusting people. And how y'all reward him? By removing him and all his platforms and sending him a cease and desist. And like he just proved, what about the time that he almost committed out for? From a developer in Roblox, mind you. Someone who worked with your company. And what did you do? You kept paying that man for years to come. It was only because a female developer said something about it that y'all finally removed the man. So y'all was paying this man and working with him all through Schlepp's ordeal. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. And all honestly, if it was up to me, I'd put every one of you motherfuckers in office I'll put every one of you motherfuckers to the gun for real. No, you two, I'm not being violent. I'm not making any threats. I'm just saying my piece. This is my piece. Y'all niggas need to be in jail behind those 10-inch thick walls below the jail. Okay, y'all need to be in underground solitary confinement for the rest of your days. Shoot. Cut a big ass hole in the ground and send you to meet the devil himself.
To other platforms, but those platforms are linked directly on Roblox's own site. Roblox has actually even partnered with some of those platforms. They even own a bot on that other platform. Anyone can make an account 13 plus and see social media links on Roblox, and unsurprisingly, people in real life have been abducted because of this feature that Roblox allows. And when they say I'm creating these situations, that's just insulting. I'm not creating situations. These predators are trying to grab people within your community.
And there's a bunch of issues in here. Number one, the violation of our policies about being honest about how old you are. Number two, moving conversations off platform. And number three, waiting to tell Roblox when they identified violative behavior to come and tell us so we could take action.
They would tell y'all if y'all do y'all job, but like you just said, if they come to y'all, all y'all gonna do is warn the predators so they can erase any evidence. So when the company itself that they constantly report to won't do its job in protecting children, of course they have to go up and above. But y'all answer to this is to erase everything and ban everybody and shut them off and file lawsuits against them. knowing that some of these people out here can't pay. My brother. But still, no, man, I ain't trying to hear this, bro. You have people that's been complaining and reporting to y'all company for years on end about protecting children. And it only gets this bad because of you yourselves ban someone who's mind you been trying to save your platform, by the way, for a fallout from this. And your reward is to ban this person and protect the disgusting people that target children, knowing they can defend themselves or fight back because they don't even know what they're doing. I don't want to hear this, bro. Cause in all honesty, every person that works at Roblox, and I know not everybody at Roblox is at fault. Some of them probably don't even know, or they're just doing this because at the end of the day, you still need a job, and you need to get paid. And this is a high-paying job. But I want to hear this from the three main people. If y'all hold jobs to protect children, you've been knowing this stuff for years. People's been reporting it multiple times. You got videos over it where millions of people are seeing it. And your choice is to ignore it and to protect the perpetrators who are committing crimes on your platform. Why I ain't trying to hear this shit, bro? You was just as guilty as those people getting arrested. Guilty by association. You covering crimes up. You just as guilty as them. You need to throw all y'all asses in jail, for real. This is fucked up.
In Matt Kaufman's own words, in articles about vigilantes, he said law enforcement officials are best positioned to investigate potential crimes. So why is he criticizing us for going to the police first? And it's not like we're not even reporting these things to Roblox. We do. We give Roblox the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. They have the first chat log till the very end where they're in handcuffs. And we have numerous fully documented instances where Roblox refused to take action until after we released videos that got millions of views. Also, waiting to tell Roblox in general is a policy violation? If you were on Roblox and went straight to the authorities instead of reporting it to Roblox first, could you technically be violating Roblox's terms of service?
I think some of these groups started off in a really good place, and they started off, really, and they still do really care about the community. The actions that they were taking were putting our community at greater risk and were violations of our policy.
He says I'm putting the community at risk. Roblox even went as far to accuse me and my team of being similar to predators. Think about that. They're implying I am preying on predators. So to Matt Kaufman and David Baszucki, I'm very sorry for preying on the predators of your platform and getting them arrested and put in handcuffs, because I didn't ever want to see kids go through what I went through.
These actors that were coming on the platform, they were reaching out to dozens and dozens of people, and the vast majority of those people were not responding to those engagements, and frankly, were harmed in that process.
I'm gonna show you this predator I caught. I sent a message in the chat and I got this guy messaging me.
Yes, okay, how old are you? I asked him back how old he is, and he says he's older than 18. I tell him I'm years old. Do you mind me being younger? No, not really. If you can keep it a secret between us, though. And he does Predator Strat 101. He asked for my Snap or Discord. And the reason why he's asking for Snap is because the messages delete. I tell him Discord, and I get on Discord with him, and the messages begin right away.
Throughout that entire process, where did I harm anyone? Because the real harm was Roblox letting this game exist on their platform for years. It only disappeared after Hindenburg, an investment research firm, went ahead and exposed Roblox for hosting this experience. And conveniently, it vanished the moment they showcased this predator catch. Notice as well how I wasn't the one to ask for Discord or Snapchat. The predator did. These were the sort of people interacting with our decoys, and so many people are becoming victimized from people exactly like this.
They were normalizing policy violations on the platform.
What Roblox's own algorithm recommends inappropriate items to people.
Pop white, no, nigga, that's pop. That's semen. Nah, man. The cat girl position? Nah. Why would that even be a thing in the kids game? Venom piercing, luscious. Okay. might not be, but love no, that no, no, that's not white gum. I mean, technically you could say peppermint is what? No, that's not white gum. Because like no gum looks like that. As far as I don't chew gum. Look, that's semen, okay? That is semen.
Roblox actively hosts not safe for work games for children. Roblox themselves in this interview doubled down on one of the most infamous instances of inappropriate behavior that they've allowed for nearly a Roblox themselves in this interview doubled down on one of the
We need more boys in the game. Can you help us?
most infamous instances of inappropriate behavior that they've allowed for nearly a decade, and they're really going at me for normalizing policy violations. Absolutely unbelievable.
And the other piece is oftentimes the sort of evidence that was collected, the video evidence, was really difficult to verify, really difficult for us. And if law enforcement had to verify it, then they're talking about subpoenas. And so I think something that sometimes seems obvious to folks in the community really is just much more complicated on the back end.
I'm not sure how the evidence that I was sending you guys was hard to verify. I sent you guys screen recordings of us scrolling through the entire chat on mobile, and a lot of the stuff that happens is happening directly within Roblox. Like for instance, when Roblox refused to ban this predator, we got arrested in Hawaii, and he was literally talking in-game about planning the meetup in real life on Roblox. With all that being said, I wanted to ask someone who's been working with law enforcement and has been doing predator catching since before I was even born. So I decided to take a seat with Chris Hansen to catch some answers.
Chris Hansen. Look, I never even watched them shows because I was too young to even know them shows exist. But even I know who Chris Hansen is, bro. Shoot, I found out about him from Boondocks.
I'm Chris Hansen. I'm co-founder and correspondent reporter for the True Blue Streaming Crime Network. We do a lot of crime and investigative reporting. Our Takedown series, which exposes predators trying to exploit children online. And we also work on a number of documentaries, including this particular project, exposing the sort of thing that goes on Roblox.
I wanted to ask you about some of the comments that Roblox has specifically stated about like predator catching. One of the main complaints is pretending to be a child. I want to know your answer. It's kind of obvious, but the importance of using decoy accounts to just find different predators.
Well, we couldn't do it without using decoy accounts. In the very beginning, we had an online watchdog group, Perverted Justice, do that work, and now, and for the last several years, it's been members of law enforcement who have posed as children online, merely sitting in one of these areas, and they wait to be approached by somebody who is seeking to exploit children. And then the conversation takes place. It all happens according to the law, and then that gets turned over. Now, I understand that anytime somebody is not with law enforcement, it gives pause to a corporation. It's like, okay, here's this kid. We don't know whether he's following the rules properly. We don't know if he's running this by a lawyer. Maybe you could argue that they just don't want that sort of activity on their platform, but you think they'd be more worried about the activity that you're exposing.
That's what I've been trying to get at this whole time.
Let's worry about that, number one, and then you can have a conversation with young Schlepp. I mean, if I were the CEO of Roblox, I would make you an ambassador for security. I would get out in front of this thing and do what would be a fantastic promotional move. I'm a little dumbfounded that they haven't figured it out, given that these guys are in the high-tech world who invented this stuff in some ways. You know, why don't they get ahead of it and get a young guy on their team?
That's
what I'm doing with you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. I've learned a long time ago that if you're not listening to the youngest guy or girl in the room, you're missing opportunity. You have to evolve, and you have to keep on top of this technology, and you have to bring new ideas into the room to do your job. My job is to expose bad people. You are helping.
I mean, the thing is, I've made it very, very clear to Roblox since the beginning. Give us a private line. We are open to communicate with you. We want to talk with you guys. We know a lot of these really bad actors, and the first official contact I had with them was the cease and desist letter.
It's horrible from a public image standpoint.
We want to talk.
Since Roblox reads my tweets for future arrests, I'll be creating a support ticket through my Roblox account. So you have to go back. It includes all the documents and evidence we send the police after each arrest. A direct contact would help way more, and we can really get some bad people off the sites. I hope the people at Roblox understand that my intentions are genuine, and my only goal is to help the platform I care so much about. A safer place. Not about views or publicity. I'm getting far more last year. I was getting far more last year, making safer, less risky stuff. And I dropped everything to help bring awareness to this issue because I was a victim of it when I was a kid. Let me help consult or be an advisor in some capacity. I could truly help make a difference. I do it entirely for free and not sign any contract if it means I can help. And that right there, the man said he's willing to sign a contract. And we all know how shady some contracts be. So you know the man ready to sign any contract. This man genuinely wants to help kids, and y'all banned him. Y'all dug y'all own grave. I ain't got nothing to say.
With you guys, we know a lot of these really bad actors, and the first official contact I had with them was the cease and desist letter.
It's horrible from a public image standpoint. I mean, you're killing the messenger, right? It's not like you're out there tracking these guys down with, tasers and smoke guns. I mean, you're providing information to the platform to do something about it.
One of the major complaints that Roblox had about me was that I was actually going to law enforcement first before sending their report, just so that they would have a start to finish conversation of everything that took place. Did you guys ever reach out to social media sites before this sting goes down?
No, we always go to law enforcement. We work with law enforcement in everything we do. And that is to ensure a successful prosecution. That's why the prosecution rate in these states is, like 99.1%. It's law enforcement first, then they can deal with the corporation. The corporation should be more concerned about reporting what it finds to law enforcement to investigate.
I'm going to read to you a quote from Roblox's corporate blog describing our operations. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate my actively approach users and then try to lead them onto different platforms to have explicit conversations. We obviously do not talk to these predators. We don't impersonate real children. Our decoys are, adults.
Well, I think if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, that's wrong. Based upon what you've said to me, you don't actively bait these guys in terms of making the first approach. You merely set up a profile of somebody who's underage, and you exist in that room until an adult approaches one of your decoys. Then if conversation takes place, they get exposed, and that information gets turned over to law enforcement. And in many cases, they do something, and then you report that both on your platform as a citizen journalist, a young guy working on these stories, and to Roblox to take action as a corporate citizen.
I thought it was kind of wild how they compared what we're doing to actual predators.
Well, if they're mischaracterizing what you're doing, yeah, that's horrible. This entire project is going to be healthy for Roblox, and it's going to be especially good for users of Roblox, because anything that creates awareness and a dialogue is important. And you need to tell parents that this stuff exists, that these dangers are out there, and that if your child is approached by a predator, they need to come to the parents. I mean, that's the first line of defense. It's great what you're doing. It's great what I do. And it's really great that law enforcement and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children does all this work every day across the country. It's great that Roblox has a department that takes a look at some of this stuff. What's not great is the lack of connection here that could make it even better and safer. Until that happens, we have to show parents what goes on here, and they have to have the discussion with kids and say, hey, be careful.
What made you interested into getting into Roblox?
I was personally getting communications on social media saying, you need to look into this, you need to look into this, you need to look into this. And then we saw a big case down in Florida where a guy was arrested in Central Florida for actually giving them Robux and having them exploit.
It's funny, but that sound effect, boing, it just reminded me of Sonic when you hit those, well, not the spikes. I think it's in Sonic 3. I don't know, it's like a boing sound. It just sounds so funny. This used to always make me laugh. I think it was in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. No, it was 3, because I heard it in that circus level. God damn, fuck you, circus level.
Siblings and other It made headlines down in Marion County, Florida. And so I started digging into it. We had good contacts with that sheriff's department there. And we actually, ironically, just did a predator sting, a takedown sting down there. So we started with an interview there. And it turns out that in the same jurisdiction, there was a year-old girl who was exploited on Roblox by a man all the way over in England. And so we interviewed that victim's mother. And, all of a sudden, all these cases started developing, including the lawsuit by the Attorney General in Louisiana.
It's interesting you mentioned Florida because we got an arrest there. We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed.
Polk County, as you know, is where Sheriff Grady Judd is, and they're very active in the space.
Oh, yeah.
We do work with them as well. First of all,
We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed. Mentioned Florida because we got an arrest there. We got it in Polk County, and it was a guy who possessed.
Polk County, as you know, is where Sheriff Grady.
Wait, isn't that the guy who I think he either went viral or exploded because he said something against criminals or predators or some way? I don't know, but that face is really, really, really freaking familiar. I don't know why.
Judd is, and they're very active in the space.
Oh, yeah.
We do work with them as well. First of all, it breaks my heart, and I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this as a younger guy on this particular platform. The fact that you were bullied and preyed upon and advantage of, and that it went to the extent it did. It breaks my heart, and this is why we do these investigations. But to see you at your age turn it into a positive and do something about it, I think is incredible and admirable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
For a guy who's been kicking around doing this for 42 or 43 years now, it's really cool because when I started on television, I was your age. I was 22 years old. So when I see a young person do this kind of work, it's very impressive to me because I know what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, it's very crazy when you start looking into this stuff. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. Only gets more disturbing the more you see it.
Well, and since we announced that we're doing this documentary and that you are collaborating, I am overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, I saw a tweet on Twitter. It got like 160,000 likes that you're just even looking into the platform. Because that's the thing, people have known about these issues for so long, but journalists haven't done enough to like really look into it. And now it's starting to break into the world where everybody is starting to start to be aware.
Well, now you're seeing more mainstream, outlets cover it.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying. It's like, had Roblox not done this, this wouldn't be a thing. Predators would still be on Roblox, preying on children. People would still be reporting to Roblox, and Roblox would still be turning the other cheek. And this is why I said, ironically, it's sad that it took something like this for people, for the world and for the government to actually start noticing it. It took banning Schlepp, who was groomed, mind you, by a developer in Roblox. It took this long, and by them banning him, for this shit to blow up in their face. And it's ironic that the irony is they thought that by getting rid of this person, the internet would be on their side. But it's also sad that children is getting exploited multiple times. It's been covered on the news, on sites, but it's only going this far because they banned Schlepp. So you tell me, had Schlepp not been banned, or had he not even been on the platform since, this thing might not even had happened. This is the fucked up and sad part about it. It's just so sad. It's just beyond sad.
We have the ability to infiltrate this world because we've been doing it for 21 years. First with To Catch a Predator, and for the last 2.5 years at True Blue, our streaming crime network, with Takedown. So we know how to do this and work with law enforcement. Now, a lot of people can go out and do this stuff independently, but here you are, a good example of somebody who has done the work and given it to law enforcement. And that's the key here, because if you expose these guys and make fun of them and do a Borat kind of thing, like some other content creators, they often don't face the consequences. They don't have to register as a offender. They don't get prosecuted.
Yeah, and I think the thing is too, a lot of the reason why I have to make this content is because we reach out to Roblox, we give them the emails, we give them all the information. They don't respond until after we publish a video that gets millions of views on YouTube. You know, it makes me concerned because if we're getting that, what are real victims getting?
Look, I understand a little bit Roblox situation here. What they're trying to do is follow the protocol. When they see something, they're mandated to report that to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which then refers it to law enforcement. And that's good, and they should be doing that. But why they wouldn't also take advantage of information given to them, wrapped with a bow around it, as you have done, it's stunning to me that they wouldn't see the opportunity.
Yeah, that is stunning. Like, why wouldn't you take information from another third source who has concrete evidence of this shit happening on your platform? And instead, you turn a blind eye and accuse this person of praying and setting up false accusations. Like, why would you do that? That makes no sense. You're incriminating yourself. You're showing this evidence that stuff like this is happening, and instead of acting upon it, you choose to turn a blind eye and claim that the person who's showing you this is providing false information and is setting people up and is trying to incriminate them with hard evidence. It's hard to fake hard evidence.
Here to be an ally of yours as opposed to somebody who, you know, they're making an example of and saying you're breaking the rules, banning you. I don't understand that. From a corporate citizen aspect, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
From a public relations standpoint, it doesn't make sense. And from a justice-seeking standpoint, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know, and I hope that during the course of this, that I'll get a chance to sit down with somebody at Roblox, and I have a feeling that's going to happen. But I'm going to be posing all of those questions when that interview takes place.
To young people who look up to you and see predators in online spaces, what is the single most important step that they can take to protect themselves?
I would be hesitant to tell people to conduct their own investigations, but I'm adamant that you got to report this stuff to your local law enforcement agency. You got to report it to the service provider. You got to report it to the platform. Hopefully, between those three things, you get some action. I think 15, 20 years ago, law enforcement would be a little overwhelmed by this and say, you know, if you're in a small town, you go to the police department, say this happened, they say, okay, well, you know, I'm not sure how to investigate it. Well, today, every department has the ability to investigate this stuff, and they are very willing to take these cases on.
It's an absolute honor to have Chris Hansen featured on this channel.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen is flying me out soon to actually feature in his Roblox documentary about exploitation. With everything that we've learned so far, one question.
Good for you, Slap. For real. Good for you. Good for you. And I mean, as I said before, I wasn't really into Roblox growing up. Like, I was mostly into Minecraft because I just wanted to build houses and dig into stuff and craft and so, you know, I was into that whole building, crafting, you know, survival games. Shoot. I mean, heck, I still play stuff like that. I mean, shoot, that's part of it's like Minecraft is the reason why I enjoy playing the heck out of Fallout. I mean, yeah, Minecraft. No, I mean, not yeah, Fallout, Skyrim, Far Cry. Minecraft was the reason why I was even into that. I mean, yeah, I went on Roblox, but when I found out that Roblox isn't like Minecraft, there's no survival building aspect of it. I just tossed it aside and just did something else. Like, oh shit, fuck. I knocked down my Switch. But yeah, like that, I wasn't really into it, and honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't get into it, cause I was a kid back then. Like, shoot, at the time we couldn't afford to get you know, I couldn't afford to get Minecraft. I mean, I can get it now, but you know, back then I you know, we just couldn't get something like that. And Roblox was nice. I played it for about a week, but then I just, you know, I just got off it because like it didn't scratch the itch that I wanted, like Minecraft did. At the time, you know, I could only play a demo of it. So it's like, yeah. So maybe that was a good thing I didn't get into Roblox. Who knows? Shit, I could have been targeted as a kid as well.
Persists. Why did I get this cease and desist? I'll let this alleged former Roblox employee answer this question for you.
You have to make a decision, right? You keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do. And then all the numbers look good, and investors will be happy.
Yep. I mean, a lot of people could have guessed why they kept predators on Roblox. Money, profit, numbers. If you ban all the predators, how much you want to bet that if there was 100% that makes up Roblox, I want to say between 35 and 45% of them is probably predators. Predators in the making, or people who's thinking about becoming predators. Mind you, it's marketed towards children, but I'm pretty sure nearly half of the percentage of players on Roblox is probably adults. And out of those adults, like I said, I won't even say 45, because that might be too big. I want to say between 20 and 30% is predators. Hell, at the minimum 25. That's a lot of people out there that praise and exploit children. But Roblox don't care about that, because if they lose that count, they lose money. Investors will want to invest money into them, so they won't be able to fund projects that they want to do other things in. Another perfect example of MMOs that technically children should be playing, but they do play. Grand Theft Auto, Warframe. Even though kids play that, teenagers, you don't see that type of shit that happens. You even say some freaky ass shit, like say some freaky ass shit in Warframe, they ban you from chat for a full fucking day. They may even investigate your ass, bro. They don't play that shit. Numbers be damn. If there's some disgusting shit targeting children on there, they gonna crack down on that shit instant. Because regardless of players, that shit is a no-no, bro.
And investors will be happy.
Interpol Wiz. A law firm suing Roblox for child exploitation.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg is claiming that 8 Roblox employees told a very similar story to this in 2024. Roblox actively forces victims of the platform into arbitration, a tactic so unethical that platforms like Uber and Lyft actually have policies against doing this. The reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received so many benefits from using the platform, he cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Hold up. Arbitration. Let me look that up, because I actually don't even know what that is. Arbitration is a formal method of dispute resulting involving a third party neutral who makes bitch. Arbitration is a formal method of dispute resolution. Arbitration is a formal method of dispute resolution involving a third party neutral who makes a binding decision. The neutral third party renders the decision in the form of an arbitration award. Arbitration is a formal method for resolving disputes outside of court, where parties agree to have a neutral third party, an arbitrator, make a binding decision. This process is typically used when parties prefer a more private, often faster, and potentially less expensive alternative to litigation. Arbitration decisions are legally enforceable and are considered final. The process involves submitting the dispute to an arbitrator who reviews the evidence and arguments before issuing a fine. Hey, no, that is entirely disgusting.
reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received
will represent a minor child in lawsuit against Roblox and Discord for facilitating and enabling horrific blank exploitation of my client by a dangerous predator. Using features on Roblox and Discord, this predator is able to contact, groom, coerce our client into sending bad images of in exchange for digital currency on Roblox platform. Our client has suffered unimaginable harm, and he is far from the only one. For years, as a result of the defendant's misrepresentation about safety of their platform and systematic failures to protect children, countless children have been blank exploited and abused by predators on Roblox and Discord in April 2025. Interpol with and co-counsel filed a complaint in the Superior Court of California, County and San Francisco on behalf of a Florida minor who was blank exploited on the platform Roblox and Discord. As our attorneys established in the complaint, the underage person for whom the attorneys are seeking financial, I don't really want to read this and talk this out. I'm gonna just play the video. This is disgusting.
so many benefits from using
Because the child receives so many benefits from using the platforms. What? So you saying because the kid gets a lot of rewards from the platform itself that they're using, they can't complain about being basically abused? Not basically. They can't complain about being abused or threatened when it comes to the platform itself that's allowing this. That's disgusting.
the platform. He cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Who's been offered free Robux to do something that was inappropriate in the game? Or someone has said, I'll give you some free Robux if you come and follow me on Snapchat or TikTok or something like that. Who's had that happen? Okay, loads of you.
I've seen a lot of corruption in big tech, but I've never seen a company harm this many young people at the scale Roblox has. They can say whatever they want about safety or try to discredit me, but the arrests and their response to those arrests speak louder than any PR statement that they could possibly make. This isn't just about moderation. The rot goes all the way up to the CEO, a man whose vision includes adding dating to this platform and defending predatory games like Meep City. It's not even negligence, it's his literal philosophy. The narrative around Roblox needs to change.
He's a predator, bro. Plain and simple. He's just another powerful predator. It's just the public ain't doing it. Nope. He's another predator who preys on children. I wouldn't be surprised if that crooked old fool got hundreds of thousands of terabytes of exploited children. Now, that man needs to go to the wood chipper.
People have to understand what this platform actually is. Share what's happening. Talk about it. Make sure your friends, parents, journalists, and lawmakers know how deep these problems run. Call your congressman and tell him you won't stand by while Roblox puts children in danger. I've been sounding the alarm for over a year as a whistleblower, and Roblox's leadership has tried to silence me. What needs to happen is David Baszucki needs to sit in front of Congress under oath, and he needs to explain why so many people have been abducted and abused on his platform, and why his company is choosing profits over safety.
That was Schlep on the Roblox situation. Hey, shout out my boy Schlep. You know what? They don't need to free Schlep. You know what they need to do? Everyone, including Schlep, needs to go to the CEO. They need to go to the main Roblox building and burn that motherfucker to the ground, bro. They need to go on the internet and just destroy the software completely. Shut the fucking game down. Simple as that. Because even if they free him, this is just putting a band-aid over a giant ass wound that you done created. Y'all not only need, free him ain't enough. Y'all need to moderate the hell out your game. or better yet, shut it down. Just shut the whole shit down. Like a house that's infested with roaches and bed bugs, there ain't no saving it. No matter how many pest controls you send out there, no matter how many people that you moderate or you have people stopping these predators, if you don't do something about the whole building, if you don't get to the source, it ain't gonna matter because they just gonna come back. Sometimes, in order to debug a house, you burn it to the ground. You burn everything. Start over from scratch. That was a Schlep video. Now we gonna watch this death battle. We started on something somber, something downright chilling and disgusting. Now we're gonna start on something. Now we're gonna pick it up with something epic, probably something stupid. Get our spirits up, and then we're gonna end it off with something scary. So, I'm gonna put it on this. Bada bing, bada boom. Do this. I'm going to be right back. I gotta do something real quick. Give me a minute. All right, I'm back. Let's get into this, shall we? Let's go to a little happy time, all right?
The Hulk versus Godzilla.
What the fuck? Look, I kind of just ended. I stopped checking out the Death Battle after the whole Gurren Lagann versus Green Lantern. It's like they ain't really making videos like they was back then. Ain't all that interesting. And all honesty, I wasn't expecting this. Godzilla versus the Hulk? Really? Really? Bro. That's the equivalent of putting Doomsday against Gamera. My money's on Hulk. I mean, my money's on Godzilla.
Marvel's Green Goliath against the King of the Monsters. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
We have to control that enemy within ourselves, but we cannot control the conduct of the world. For the Hulk is a personification of an enemy which lurks under the surface of us all. Anger and hatred. Rage,
What is the Hulk? Is he man? Is he monster?
Wait, hold on. Watch the closed caption in a different language. There it is. I was trying for original. Alright. Let's continue.
Or is he both?
He's a mean green smashing machine, the angry son of the Gamma Bomb.
A weapon designed by the greatest gamma scientist of all, Dr. Robert Bruce Banner.
But just before it went off, Bruce had to be a hero and save some dumb schmuck who was hanging around the test site. Damn it, Rick.
That day, Bruce Banner died.
And became the Incredible Hulk. A pissed off giant who must be really glad Bruce wears the purple stretch fit.
Standing 8 feet tall and stronger than 10 million men, the Hulk emerges when Banner's anger flares.
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
But it's even more complex than that. Banner suffers from dissociative identity disorder, with many different Hulks embodying alternate personalities.
Like Joe Fixit, the original Grey Hulk. He's a cunning gangster and the only Hulk who's got that drip.
The Devil Hulk is a violent, overprotective personality that Banner unintentionally manifested as a result of his father's abuse.
Holy shit! Somebody actually drew this?
But the Hulk everyone knows, the big guy, is known as Savage Hulk.
Somebody actually drew Banner getting slapped as a baby. God damn. Someone was paid the big bucks that day.
It seems he also developed from parental abuse, hence his childlike personality. Though I'd argue he's more clever than you'd expect.
The angrier he is, the stronger he gets, with no limit.
Except for one, Bruce Banner. See, Banner's relationship with the Hulk is complicated.
Oh, they hate each other.
Mostly. Occasionally, they can come to an understanding. The alter best representing this would be the Professor Hulk, a balanced blend of Banner's brain and the Hulk's brawn.
The buffest nerd you'll ever meet. But what about when Bruce takes a step back? If he isn't trying to restrain the Hulk, what do you get?
The Green Scar.
The World Breaker!
Without Bruce's temperament, the Hulk's power and fury surges, mixing Savage's rising strength with the personality and cunning of a warlord. The Green Scar is no mere superhero. He's a king and a conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion.
I've seen that movie, Planet of the Hulk. I actually liked it. I actually liked that movie, Planet of the Hulk. I enjoyed the hell of it. Out of all the Marvel movies, this one and Avengers of Tomorrow, which was the ones where they had kids, is probably the two animated ones that I enjoy. Okay? Animated. My favorite live action movies are all the Iron Mans. Those come top. Then Spider-Man, then the X-Men, then the Avengers, and then everything else at the bottom. Deadpool is runner up for third. Okay, it's runner up for third place.
conqueror.
Hulk is strong enough to lift 150 billion tons of rock, jump from New Mexico to Florida in a single bound, and shake all the dimensions connected by the crossroads at once. He was pinned down by the spear of Proxima Midnight, which holds the weight of a star, and was fine. And when we say world breaker, we mean it. While sparring with Red She-Hulk, the two of them shattered a whole planet.
At one point, he was bound in chains forged from the essence of the first firmament, the manifestation of the first universe, which could bind eternity itself. Not even Galactus was capable of saving eternity alone, and the Hulk just broke it. By himself.
Maybe Thor should rethink calling himself the strongest Avenger, especially since the Avengers first assembled because none of them could take down Hulk on their own.
Speaking of Thor, the Hulk consistently battles on par with him, even when he held the Odin Force, with which he could command his hammer through infinite distances and match the power of Null, who killed countless Celestials. Even without it, Mjolnir can cross the universe in seconds.
Hulk tore a universe apart with just a clap. Good luck with that, Hammerman. But the green guy's got way more going on than just brute strength.
As the Hulk's power stems from gamma, he can utilize and absorb it and other radiation in various ways.
Yeah, like regenerating from fatal wounds. Even getting ripped apart by Wolverine barely slows him down.
And the angrier he gets, the more regenerating cells his body produces.
It gets weirder. Did you know that if he absorbs enough gamma, he can shoot?
So the angrier he gets, the more invincible he becomes. So if you want to beat the Hulk, don't piss him off.
Shoot lasers from his eye.
That's kind of hard not to, simply because as you fight and as you feel pain, you get angry.
Eyes and read people's minds? Oh, also, he can see ghosts and give him a good old-fashioned Hulk smash.
Hulk can break through the boundaries of comic book borders themselves into the empty white between panels, a gutter space beyond time and concept.
What, like how She-Hulk can for some reason break the fourth wall and talk to the reader? Oh, wait, that makes sense now. It's all gamma.
Exactly. In real life, gamma rays are electromagnetic radiation similar to X-rays.
But in Marvel Comics, gamma comes from hell!
On Earth 616, gamma radiation is an electromagnetic frequency that can manifest as either a wave, a particle, or something else. Something that nobody really understands.
Except for Bruce!
That's right. Dr. Banner is a certified genius with 7 PhDs. According to Norman Osborn, he's the 4th smartest person on the planet.
And that's comparing him to big brains like Reed, Doom, and Tony.
Banner built the Her Collider Synchrotron, a machine that can scan the entire multiverse with the speed of a hypermind. He created the Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes. He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship, radio on a deserted Gamma Core, which could rupture space-time between universes.
You say interstellar, interdimensional.
He built an interstellar radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk like a starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier, like a starship, radio on a deserted planet without any pre-established technology. He wired up Hulk.
So he turned Hulk into a starship and piloted this man from his mind. Let's give a new phrase to Cap, so there's a new Eden. I'm gonna turn my body into a starship and pilot that bitch with my mind.
Look like a starship, piloting him from the mindscape within. He even built an ultimate nullifier. In fact, the original intent of his gamma bomb was to be non-lethal, only targeting inorganic material.
But Thunderbolt Ross wanted something with a bit more boom. They can't blame him.
Fearing its ramifications, Banner developed the gamma bomb on his own, keeping its design secret. In the process, he tapped into an unknown form of gamma energy that breaks down reality and mutates it beyond actuality. On that fateful day, he opened the Green Door.
You know how we said the bomb killed Bruce? That wasn't some flowery metaphor or whatever. He died and came back as Hulk.
Came back from the below place, the hell beneath hell, the lowest possible dimension of reality.
It's trippy, but whenever Hulk dies, he goes there. Then a green door opens and he goes back to where he was before. Easy as that. It doesn't matter if he's been atomized, sliced up into jars, or digested by werewolves. If he goes through the door, he's back, ready to rumble. The green door did get locked into a red door, but he's easily broken through it multiple times. Not a problem.
It turns out that third form of Gamma, this anomaly from the bedrock of hell, spawns from none other than the one below all, the dark side of the one above all.
That's right, God has a Hulk, and it wants Bruce to bring about the end of all things.
So you telling me in Marvel, Hulk is the Antichrist that brings destruction to not only his universe but all of existence? So Hulk is the embodiment. So Hulk is the avatar of chaos. Gotcha. That's what you're saying. Hulk is the avatar of chaos.
What Hulk just said? Nah.
So, what is the Hulk? An uncontrollable monster? A prison for a tortured soul? A super weapon for Armageddon?
Don't know.
You know the funny thing? I'm pretty sure that Hulk just ain't, nah, fuck that. That's just human nature, man. It's like, some humans will bow and revere a deity, and some will just say, fuck you, I'm gonna do my own thing. With the power you gave.
You're thinking, Wiz? Hulk is Hulk, and Hulk's the strongest one there is.
Like don't do Jeff like that. Godzilla is the son of the atomic bomb. He is a nightmare created out of the darkness of the human soul. He is the sacred beast of the apocalypse. Tomoyoki Tanaka. I'm sorry if I pronounced that, if I butchered the fuck out of his name.
The year was 1946. The press gathered at Bikini Atoll to witness the power of the nuclear bomb. But many leagues beneath their feet, something ancient stirred.
Godzilla, the king of the monsters. He was pretty pissed off over the worst wake-up ever, so he swam to Japan for one hell of a crash out.
Japan was still recovering from the war, so seeing this mutilated radioactive monster towering high like a mushroom cloud wasn't just frightening, it seemed prophetic. The bomb was just the beginning. Man had sparked the end of times.
Complete with googly eyes, and the most epic roar ever.
Complete with googly eyes.
Over the years, there have been many iterations of the beast.
Between movies, TV, comics, and cartoons, there's at least 27 different Godzillas stomping around, not including Manila, the Scrappy-Doo of kaiju. Sorry, that's insulting to Scrappy-Doo.
Despite the variety, Godzilla is somewhat consistent, so we'll examine his entire history, focusing on the larger releases.
I thought Godzilla was a her, not a him. Seeing how Godzilla had a child. Or maybe it's asexual. I don't know. I haven't seen Godzilla since shit, 2000 in fact.
In most iterations, Godzilla is a rare theropod that went dormant for millions of years before nuclear bombs mutated it into a gargantuan radioactive monster.
Standing 165 feet tall, at minimum, Koji smashes through skyscrapers with ease. He's so casual about bullets and rockets, they might as well be gnats. And the bombs did so much more than just pump up his size. He's got atomic breath!
A concentrated beam or spray of radioactive heat. With an estimated range of 1,100 miles, it can exceed 500,000 degrees Celsius, almost 90 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
But depending on how much radiation he's absorbed, or life energy from a giant pterodactyl, he can do way more with it.
His red spiral ray is a supercharged version that doubles in heat and power, and spins.
Or he can blast it out of his back and fly. Well, he could always do that, I guess. Look at him go!
With enough energy built up, Godzilla can blast a nuclear pulse out of his whole body, creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break
So a reverse Kamehameha. Gotcha.
through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech. Breakthrough to
creating a massive wave of atomic destruction.
His breathing laser can even break through dimensions, like when he found himself face to face with a giant mech piloted by Hatsune Miku.
When was this? What the hell? When was this a thing?
There's also a number of era exclusive powers. Shin Godzilla can fire rays from his tail.
And Hanna-Barbera Godzilla can fire rays from his eyes. Pew, pew.
Effectively a
Hold up. Let me look that up. Cause when was that a thing? I thought it was a robot? No. Maybe I should be looking on like anime Godzilla. Hold up. Hold up. I actually want to see that. Damn. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, wait, is this that robot train anime thing? Oh, it's that train anime. That robot train anime. I think I checked out like the first or second episode when it came out. Let me screenshot that real quick so I can check that out later on my own. What is it called? Shinka Lion? Yep, it's that train. Yep, I was right. It's that robot train anime thing. Based off those super fast trains in Japan. I ain't gonna lie, some looking badass legit though. But trains though? I mean, we got Transformers, so I can't say nothing. Shoot, I seen a motherfucker bulldozer turn into a goddamn war robot. So I can't say nothing for real. I mean, shoot, trains that turn into basically giant Gundams or armor cores. I can't say nothing for real. No, honestly, I can't. Shit, I know. Honestly, I might just check it out because it looks interesting. Okay. Before I finish the video, let me see what can I watch here. Okay, I'm assuming that's the second season. Yep. What was it? Let me see. crappy. I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be watching this video. I'll probably just edit this out once when I go back to watching it. Netflix and Plex. Or Disney Plus offer the Shinkaline movie. Shinkaline Change the World are also available on the official Shinkaline YouTube channel. Okay. You want to see anime series on Netflix and Plex. That's nice to know, but this is AI, which isn't always truthful. So let's see. Where to watch? AI. I can also watch it on Daily Motion. That's nice. Henkai. Yeah, we all yeah. We all know what that word is. My mind too far together. I'm sorry.
Living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural fate.
Let's rewind it. And from right here, I'll cut and yep, let's go.
Pew, pew. Effectively a living nuclear reactor, Shin possesses a natural phased array radar that can detect and attack threats automatically. And Godzilla Earth, who grew over 1,000 feet tall across 2,000 years, could make a barrier only penetrable by kaiju that can bypass physics.
And don't forget, Big G can ball with the best of them. After Charles Barkley got him his own pair of Nikes, Godzilla got busy.
You know, it's kind of hard to emphasize just how impressively terrifying Godzilla can be when you're bringing up this sort of thing.
Oh yeah? Why don't you find a better spokesperson for Dr. Pepper? Fine, let's talk about when his presence boiled the entire Arctic Ocean, or how he picked up and threw Biolante, which weighed 200,000 tons, or when he no-sold not one, not two, but 3 meteors.
Including the Permian period extinction event that happened about 200 million years ago.
Then he went to hell, fought some fucked up versions of God and Satan, and atomic breath at Space Godzilla so hard that he blew up the whole planet. That's scary enough for you? God, I want a Dr. Pepper.
With such awesome might, he's battled the most dangerous of foes, like King Ghidorah and Gigan. In Godzilla vs. Megalon, Gigan flew from the M. Hunter Nebula.
That's why I got my money on Godzilla, because the man killed God and Satan.
To Earth in
24 powers. Oh, I mean, yes, it is a universal being, but still. Okay, I'm gonna check that out on. But still, Hulk gets his powers from basically the devil. Okay, the one below all. But this man, in his own verse, killed God and the devil himself. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking Hulk might win because you know he's super strong, but he ain't as big as him. You know, all that strength compact in one tiny size man help. I'm just saying I got a million on Godzilla because the man actually killed gods.
Seconds, and that nebula is 30,000 light years away.
But sadly, OG Goji got done in by the cruelest weapon ever.
The Oxygen Destroyer. Developed in secret by Dr. Serizawa, this weapon could suffocate and liquefy molecules. The ramifications of such a weapon were so detrimental, Serizawa took the secrets of its design to his early grave.
He got lucky. It doesn't matter what you throw at Godzilla. He never really dies. You can blow off his head, explode him from the inside, or crush him in a black hole. Then he'll come back.
Or evolve into an even more powerful form. Godzilla's always possessed heightened adaptation, but many iterations clearly showcase instantaneous evolution.
And super forms! He's gone full shonen and powered up a few times. So much so, he almost kicked off a nuclear winter just by existing.
Even the Oxygen Destroyer could not permanently end the first Godzilla. His ghost possessed a robot, his bones summoned another Godzilla, and he rose as an undead revenant hell-bent on destroying Japan.
Okay, why Japan? Couldn't he pick on some other country?
He's stomped around the Americas a few times, but it just isn't the same. Godzilla is intrinsically linked with Japan, a symbol of both their devastation and resilience. a reminder of the threat of nuclear war and what awaits those who peer too deeply into the unknown. But also, Japan's in Godzilla's perceived territory. To him, a stomping through Osaka is just another patrol.
He's not always so bad, though. He can be super protective, defending other monsters, his own kid, and sometimes even people. I'd say there's two types of Godzillas: the monster of nature's wrath and the guardian of planet Earth.
Well, there is a third type, but to understand that, we should first answer a question. How does Godzilla walk?
On two legs, Wiz, obviously.
But according to Square Cube law, those legs should be crushed under his own weight.
Oh god, here we go again.
A creature like Godzilla cannot realistically exist. This proved to be an elusive question for decades, even highlighted in Shin Godzilla, until a new theory was presented in the anime Singular Point. If Godzilla can't exist in our reality, what if he's from a different one?
What? Like he's an alien from another dimension?
Exactly! What if all kaiju come from a higher plane of existence with no regard for the known laws of physics? This dimension enters our reality in the form of archetype, a transtemporal conceptual particle.
It's that red dust that's floating all over the place.
This archetype can enter any timeline to terraform the Earth and all of reality so that kaiju can exist. This theoretically explains why various Godzillas appear in so many universes. They all trace back to one singular point: Godzilla Ultima.
Sporting the wide grin of a demonic Oni, Ultima is vicious. Just walking through Tokyo started 1,000 earthquakes around Japan. Even his own blood is a weapon.
Over 300 feet tall and growing ever more as archetype distorts the universe, Ultima's existence implies a far more complex origin for all Godzillas. Godzilla is a test for humanity, a challenge laid out by an eldritch entity from a dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes. We get why that happened. But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from. But to like how when we move an
dimension we are incapable of perceiving or comprehending.
It's kind of like how when we move an object and its shadow changes. We get why that happened.
Because we live in a three-dimensional plane. So if a shadow moves on the wall, I mean, at the end of the day, if the square turns into a cube, but we understand it because we live in a three-dimensional plane. We can see all around it, up and down, left and right, and even inside. Height, width, length. But as a 2D person, yeah, that square just mistakenly turned into a goddamn hexagon. Why the fuck keeps doing that?
But to someone who exists in only a 2D plane, the shadow looks like it just randomly transformed into something totally different. Crazy to think about. Come a really long way from Big Lizard Smash Building, huh?
This shadow, this wannabe god, desires to play with and destroy every single universe.
And Godzilla is its avatar.
Through Ultima, this entity sees the universe as an interactable fiction and can control causality. Ultima himself is a singular point, one of many gateways through which the entity can tamper with reality.
Think of it this way: if something happens that the entity doesn't like, it can just say, that thing didn't actually happen, and presto, it no longer happened.
That's not to say such an event can't happen in the moment of occurrence, but the entity disconnects cause and effect and nullifies events in retrospect without regard for.
So in other words, if it sees something that he doesn't like, it just erases it. And everyone just goes on, but everyone just go on existing, believing that it doesn't exist. So therefore, you have no memories of it, because not only has that been erased, so has your memories of said event. Therefore, making it completely non-existent. So basically, the same way that we play video games. We play games, we make saves and whatnot, or basically on creator or developer mode. Just erase shit and it just isn't there. It just goes on. I mean, we see video games as an interactive source of past boredom. But who knows, somewhere out there, those video games could be real life. Or it could be like that movie, Stay Alive, where anything that happens in the video game happens in real life, but in reverse. Say you playing a video game and you think it's just NPCs in there, but in actuality, that's a whole world that you're interacting with. They made a movie like that. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was called The Guy or something. I don't know. But something similar like that.
Time.
And now my head hurts. TLDR, Ultima tried to bring about a catastrophe that would end the universe in like a week's time. So, a wacky robot and a time-traveling Alexa used a supercomputer and this familiar-looking doohickey,
The orthogonal diagonalizer.
to zap all of Archetype into its final form, cutting off the entity's connection to the universe.
But not killing it. Because while each Godzilla has its differences, one thing remains certain.
Godzilla is immortal, and that makes him the king.
Look at the skulls, gaze into their eyes. Now you are completely
Pause and skip. I mean, I understand you advertising and you trying to get merch out there, but I don't care.
Go to deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Like I said, I got my money on Godzilla. They just said it. The man is immortal. You can't kill him, which makes this whole battle inept. I mean, technically, you can't kill the Hulk either, so I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Which version of Godzilla are they going to use?
Godzilla has reached the city. So far, the evacuation is... Wait, look!
See, it's just why I was saying Hulk might win, because not only is he extremely fucking strong and powerful, he's extremely nimble. He has that small size advantage to him. He's more acrobatic, basically. Like the whole thing with Metroid versus Boba Fett, something like that. Like sure, Godzilla has ultimate power and durability, but like he's too fucking big. You know, he's kind of slow. I mean, it depends on the Godzilla that they use, but still. That's what I'm saying. I still say at the end of the day, my money's on Godzilla, but Hulk might win. Hulk legit might win. He pulled off some impressive odds before. I mean, he did fight and all, which was basically the equivalent of he was a universe equivalent of close all tabs. Dang.
All right, Hulk. Time for me to take over. We don't want any trouble.
No! Hulk stays!
Uh-oh. Trying to keep the same group. Godzilla, dude. He's going to die, though. Oh, wait. Hulk can absorb radiation. That's right. That completely nullifies Godzilla's
You think you're strong? I scan the world!
See, how is Hulk gonna beat Godzilla? That right there would have been a one shot. How is he supposed to be something that can't be killed? This is Kirby versus Majin Buu all over again. Right back up. Goddamn eagle. Godzilla God. Just like X-Men versus Wily. That city's fucked. Our bad. Damn. Went right through him.
Stupid lizard.
Stupid lizard. Is this supposed to be like a Chuck Norris versus the Sega Saturn guy where they just battle for eternity? Never one never really besting the other.
I think I understand.
It's been days since the battle began, and the red dust is spreading. Godzilla has grown in size, but we believe we are...
How does it work? Well, smash.
Well.
A million, trillion to one and rising. That's the odds. Chance to nullify the madness behind the monster. 2 + 2 is 5. A right angle is 80 degrees. This element is beyond what we can perceive. Like gamma. 1,000 times. A million. Trillion. I just need one.
Maybe I was wrong.
You did it, big guy. We did it.
KO! I was wrong. I thought Godzilla had him back, but I did say Hulk would win. Yeah, Hulk was gonna win, and I understand. Bruce Banner at the end of the day is still the fourth most smartest person. And the simple fact that he couldn't die, eventually he was gonna find a way to outthink and out-defeat Godzilla. Eventually, no matter how many times he died and come back. I honestly thought Godzilla was gonna win for the simple fact is the man killed God and say those was the two big universal feats for me. And then they just said that this man was basically created by a multi-dimensional entity. But Hulk has bested those type of foes and defeat them. So my money should have been on Marvel at the end of the day, because 9 out of 10, if it ain't Marvel versus DC or Marvel against some crazy ass opponent, 9 out of 10 Marvel's gonna win.
Okay, run this by me. What happened?
It's complicated, so let's break this down into 3 categories. First up, power. Most versions of Godzilla can shrug off black holes and extinction-level events, tag beyond light-speed foes like Gigan, blow up planets. However, the Hulk is beyond that.
The big guy clapped a universe to bits and shook the infinite dimensions linked to the crossroads. In a straight fight with a classic Godzilla, 616 Hulk smashes the power advantage.
But factoring in Ultima changes things. The entity sees all of space-time and can manipulate its results at a whim. No matter how strong the Hulk got, Ultima could potentially negate it.
But Hulk broke chains made of the first firmament, which could overwhelm eternity.
An abstract concept of a being not entirely unlike Ultima's entity.
Even a small piece of the first firmament could break the multiverse. Plus, Hulk kept up with Odin Force Thor, who is also on a celestial level of power.
So the gap in power becomes nebulous. Still, unless Hulk could remove Ultima from the equation, neither held a clear advantage in power and stats.
Especially especially when you look at their immortality.
This was practically a never-ending death loop. Even with their healing factors, both could technically kill each other, but then just come right back.
The green door instantly appears when Hulk goes to the below place, and the higher dimensional entity could always summon a replacement Godzilla avatar, so both Hulk and Godzilla could not stay dead.
Unless they could somehow prevent what was happening in those other dimensions. So let's examine the layers of their multiverses. Marvel's cosmos has infinite higher dimensions, which themselves are transcended by the astral plane, the superflow, and so on until you reach the House of Ideas, the domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above
ideas.
Land that couldn't but shouldn't be. The white hot room. Beyonder's domain. Far shore, neutral zone, eternity, superflow, and then the Marvel multiverse. I don't know who the Beyonder is. I mean, I only heard about him, and I think that was because of the whole Marvel's I think it was Marvel's Devil Dinosaur, something like that. So if it's that guy, that's a powerful ass entity.
The domain of the one above all.
Since the one below all mirrors the one above all, the below place mirrors the House of Ideas. Get it?
In comparison, the cosmos of Godzilla's multiverse is just as vast and infinite, but does not have the same sort of transcending layers above and below. This means the below place, the Hulk's respawn point and source of power, is out of the entity's reach.
So the real question is, if they both can't die and Ultima's entity can't affect the below place, could Hulk somehow stop the entity before it destroyed the universe?
It all comes down to Gamma and Archetype. Ultima was defeated in the anime by using a trans-temporal superdimension calculator operating at infinite speeds to activate the orthogonal diagonalizer, turning Archetype against itself.
Ultima endlessly spews this stuff, so there's plenty to work with, and Hulk can reach into comic book gutter space, so he should be able to reach through a singular point, but that's not enough.
Fortunately for Hulk, it just so happens he knows someone who, like scientists who have defeated Godzilla in the past, is an expert on particles from a greater dimension that mutate reality beyond our understanding.
Who made a device with those particles that breaks space-time, like the diagonalizer? Who made a supercomputer that scanned the infinite multiverse with the speed of a hypermind, like the dimension calculator? Hell, the guy made an interstellar radio out of sticks and stones in a matter of days, and even built an ultimate nullifier. It's like he was made for this.
The Green Door waits for no Hulk, including Banner. Even if Ultima's catastrophe destroyed the universe, the door could deposit Banner in a different universe and he could continue the fight.
He had all the time in the infinite multiverse.
There was only one way this could end, and only one person who could make it so.
Even among gods and monsters, man was the Ultima weapon.
The winner is Bruce Banner.
Glory
Next time on Death Battle.
Really? Movie?
Subscribe and join as a member to see.
I'm actually gonna check that out. I need to get back to watching the movie too. I really do. I need to get back into that. Bro, I'm gonna check that out definitely. I'm a Soul Eater fan. I'm a Beyond Soul Eater fan. I watch all of Soul Eater, but not that Soul Eater not shit, because that's not Soul Eaters. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna take a short little break and then we're gonna watch the last video for the night. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. It's time to get into some creepy ass shit. Damn.
Hunter Mathis lives in a historic home in Memphis, Tennessee that was built in 1859. The house sits across from a forensic center where actual autopsies are often performed. One night,
Who the fuck built a house next to it? Who the fuck built a house next to it? What the fuck? Hold up.
from a forensic center where actual autopsies. Hunter Mathis lives in a historic home in Memphis, Tennessee that was built in 1859. The house sits across from a forensic center where actual autopsies are often performed.
Who would build a house? Who would even build a home next to this type of shit? Who does this? Why would you go and live here?
One night, when Hunter is home alone, he spots someone wearing a hat just standing on his front porch. And this is when things start to get really creepy.
I'm wondering. Am I tripping? Does this look like a guy with a hat on outside my door when literally no one is there? Like, I even show no one outside out loud. It's moving! It's all weird, too.
What in the actual hell?
Don't open the door, don't let it in!
There's literally...
Now, Hunter says that he opened the door because, unfortunately, having strangers standing on his doorstep is a common problem, but it's usually easily solved.
We live in downtown Memphis, which means we're used to having a homeless population. Usually when it rains, we will have homeless people walk up on the porch, and it is sad, but we do have to ask them to leave because we're on a private property. Every time I have had to ask a homeless person to get off the porch, they've always been kind, sweet, or just listened. They're just like you and me. They're just in much rougher circumstances. I was perplexed in the video because I thought, I didn't pay attention to the light passing through the shadow. I was like, it's not raining, why is someone on my front porch? I get that to a lot of you in your everyday lives, that's not a good call, and probably moving forward, I won't do that, but I've been in that situation multiple times and I just didn't think anything about it.
Now, Hunter has even tried to debunk his own video to figure out
Yeah. I mean, I get where he's coming from because, like he said, he live in an area that gets a lot of homeless people. But yeah, you shouldn't open your door to random people for real.
exactly what he could have saw at his door that night, but it still just doesn't make sense.
The front of our house where somebody would be. For them to run, where would they have to hide? It goes straight out, guts out. This way, another commercial building, it juts out. They would also have to jump down into this drop of a fence and go that way.
Hunter says that he has lived in the house for 2 years, but he has never experienced anything like this. So just who or what did he see at his door?
That was a damn no.
Next up, a woman is recording a video with her daughter to show off her new blue LED pool lights. But when she reviews her clip, she notices that she accidentally caught something that is downright creepy. Some odd translucent figure seems to eerily float around the edge of the pool, passing right through the woman's daughter. So are these figures just a trick of the light? Or did these people capture real evidence of the supernatural? A little visit. Nuke's Top 5 viewer Jose Gonzalez sent me this strange footage that was captured just outside an apartment complex in Southern California. Jose says that the footage was caught by a family friend on a door cam just outside her apartment. It shows something that is truly bizarre. Some little figure that seems to be walking on two legs moves under the stairs. Then, as a woman passes by, it seems to press itself up against the wall to avoid her attention. Then, the little figure quickly crawls between the steps and disappears out of sight. Weirdly, whatever this is almost looks like it's dressed in a tiny little robe. Now, Jose believes that the security cam caught a duende, a mischievous creature from Spanish and Latin American folklore that is said to be similar to a gnome or leprechaun. But let me know what you think this is.
Got a little gnome in there.
Through the eyes of a child. A young woman named Kyla says that she once saw a ghost when she was only 3 years old. Her aunt is filming her at the table when suddenly this happens.
Look, an apple. Don't come in here. Okay, stay in there.
Hey, that little girl. Hey, that little girl funny. Don't come in here, okay? You stay in there. Hey, look, that little girl on business. Don't come in here, okay? You stay your ass right now. I don't want playing with you. Let me see that again. Sorry, something's on my phone.
Look, an apple. Look, an apple. Don't come in here. Okay, stay in there.
Bro, that little girl, that little girl ain't messing around. She ain't joking. She ain't playing. She on business. She on serious. Most kids get scared. She like some, I ain't playing that. Don't you come in here. You stay up over there. I ain't playing with you. She on business.
Stay in there in the library. Don't come in here. Okay? I won't get you anymore.
Oh.
I'm just gonna get.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Who you talking to?
I don't want to stop.
Huh?
I don't like that one.
Well, who? You don't like who? What, baby? Like what?
Okay, guys.
It's now 15 years later and Kyla is 18. She says she has very little memory of this specific incident.
So basically, me and my aunt, I was at my aunt's house. My grandma lived down the street, and I guess my mom was at work. We were just eating potato soup, and I guess I saw something or someone on the stairs, and I was like, don't you come in here. And they just kept getting closer to me, and you could see that I'm looking that way. And I'm just like, because it's coming at me, and I'm like, get away.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Now we go to Wichita, Kansas, where Nuke's Top 5 viewer Dallas Clark says that she's worried that her home might be haunted after her Ring camera captures a very strange conversation. You see, her young son seems to be having an argument with someone, but the problem is, he's in his room all alone.
Won't talk? You don't talk to me. Wait. Ghostman. Ghostman, Ghostman. Ghostman, you say yes. I stupid. You don't like you anywhere. Yeah.
What you say? What that little boy say? I'ma fuck you up. Bro, these little kids getting wild. I'm supposed to watching something scary. Nigga, this ain't scary, that's funny as hell. I'ma fuck you up. Hey, bro, why you even learn something like that? Parents, y'all need to be monitoring y'all children. For real, for real. I'ma keep it a bean. I'ma keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. Little man shouldn't be cursing. I don't care what you do in your life, what you got going on. That man don't need to be around no influence. That boy looks like he's barely 4, probably 2 or 3 years old, and he know what the word fuck is. Oh, fuck you up. It's horrifying for him to know what that word is. It's really funny coming out of that little child's mouth. Let me hear it again.
You don't like you anywhere. Yeah. You want to talk to me, Ghost? Uh-huh. You want to talk? You want to talk, Ghost? You want to talk to me? I'm gonna beat you up.
Hey, little man.
You don't be quiet.
Look here, little man shouldn't be cursing like I said, but my man got balls. He don't grow up to be a fighter. Shoot, he ain't afraid. Shoot, he can kick your ass.
Now, go. Go.
The toddler seems to be speaking to an invisible entity that he has named, quote, Ghostman. The boy even goes so far as to threaten to beat up Ghostman.
I'm gonna beat you up. Cause if you don't be quiet. Now.
The little boy even yells for the ghost to leave.
Go. Go. Go.
Dallas says that her son still speaks to, quote, Ghostman, and that she has captured other spooky disturbances all around her home. Another family in Houston, Texas has a similar strange experience with their 1-year-old daughter. One evening, Tiffany Matthews notices that her little girl is looking at something in their kitchen, and that's when things get really weird.
Look at her. Y'all, I don't know who she playing with, but it's an invisible person, and they're tickling her. They're doing love with that. Stop.
Who playing with you, baby? A ghost predator. That's what it is. Because if it's a ghost, she's reaching up like that, it must be an adult. Oh shit. The predator's done ascended to a higher realm of pleasant. Man, y'all need to be listening to JD and this new senator, man. They need to be put to death, bro. We need to throw in some holy war because these motherfuckers done turn into ghosts. They're ascending to a higher plane to target our children. Let me stop. Let me stop right now. I apologize. That is not a joke. I shouldn't even be saying something like that. I apologize to anybody who's watching this or will ever watch this. I'm truly sorry. That's no joke. I shouldn't joke about that. I apologize. I'm sorry.
And I pray so much, it can't be no bad spirit in here. Cause I pray so much over this house.
Hey. I mean, shit. You play with your granny? You play with your granny? You play with your granny?
She is really interacting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Little 1-year-old Trinity can be seen happily reacting to something her family just can't see. The child's mother believes that whatever this is can't be anything malicious. She thinks that her daughter is probably playing with the loving spirit of her grandmother. So do you think this is all just a child's overactive imagination? Or just what are these young children seeing? You decide. If you see something that you think would be perfect for the top 5, email me at nukestop5@gmail.com. You can also tag me on TikTok at nukestop5official, and be sure to tag me only at nukestop5official because there are a lot of fake accounts on there. Ghost hunts gone wrong. In this next video, a ghost hunter named Alex is exploring a haunted house where he hears a rumbling noise coming from a nearby wardrobe.
Holy shit!
The mirror on the wardrobe burst outward, sending sharp shards of glass flying towards Alex, barely missing him. But there's something even weirder here. Because, did you see it?
Yeah.
Some bizarre shadow figure comes flying right out of the mirror and darts across the room so fast that Alex doesn't even notice. He checks the inside of the wardrobe, but there's nothing there. Mark Sebastian is staying at the infamous Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel is said to be one of the most haunted hotels in North America.
That was a powerful ass ghost for us to bust through that mirror like that. Damn.
And is most famously known as the inspiration for the Stephen King book and subsequent movie, The Shining. Turns out that the hotel does live up to its spooky reputation. As Mark is filming the outside of the hotel late one night, he captures this.
What the fuck? I saw that.
Oh, shit. I'm not kidding. I just saw someone move in that window. Look in this window right here.
Shh, you hear that? A dark figure seems to peek out of one of the hotel's upper windows. But what's especially creepy is that this room is closed and locked off, inaccessible to the public.
This is the room where I saw something. There's no one there.
Hear that? Even the hotel staff can't explain Mark's strange ghostly capture, as no member of the staff patrols that room, and it's not open to hotel guests.
Really creepy though.
Isn't that creepy?
I'm glad you caught that though.
Me too.
You should show the tours.
Okay, I'll show the tours downstairs. Okay. I confirmed with the staff that no one was in there. They don't do patrols inside of that room. And most certainly not at 2:30 a.m.
I want to let you know that I was on live the entire night that night. So there are at least 1,000 people who saw the events of the footage you just saw play out in real time. It's a locked whiskey bar that is only open for private events. And as soon as I saw Mr. Shadow Man show his ass, I ran up to the door of that room that is on that little patio that you can see in the video, shined a flashlight in and showed that there was no one in there.
So just who or what did Mark see? Let me know what you think. This next clip was sent to me by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Zach S. He says that just
These hills ain't all that scary as I thought they would be. More weird and strange. Creepy. Like I won't say Gravity Falls weird, but Gravity Falls strange.
after midnight, he and his friend Brandon were exploring a tunnel in Shinks Ferry, Pennsylvania, that locals claim is extremely haunted. As the guys look around, something happens that chills them to their core.
Dude, seriously, what is that? I hear it sounds like boots, like wet boots walking over here.
Well, I heard that too, but did you hear the like, low, like...
Yeah!
It's like a male...
Yeah, that's what I was describing as a growl.
It's like a male grunting.
Same? What the...
The two guys hear what sounds like a person moving in the tunnel, which kind of freaks them out. But as they go to check it out, they hear what almost sounds like a loud wailing moan from somewhere very close by. This sends the guys screaming back to their car in absolute terror. So did Zach and Brandon hear a ghost tromping around and whooping it up? Well, you decide. Caught on camera. Now, I don't usually feature scary photos on the channel because they're just too easy to fake. But I found these pictures especially interesting just because they're so strange and seem much harder to manipulate. Now, first up, some women were on a girls' trip to celebrate one of the women's birthdays. There were no husbands or boyfriends and no children in attendance. So one of the women snapped a live photo on her iPhone and captured this. Did you see it? No. On the right side of the picture, a small boy who seems to be absolutely colorless appears over the women's shoulders. Now, if you don't know, an iPhone live photo captures a few frames before the photo and a few frames after. And if you look closely, this little pale gray boy actually seems to be moving. The women say that they have no idea who this boy could be, as there were absolutely no children around anywhere. Next up, a young woman named Tegan is taking a picture with her boyfriend. But later when she prints the photo out, she notices something very odd in the background. A very tall, thin man with indistinct features and hollow eyes can be seen watching them. The couple claims that the strange man with seemingly extra long limbs was not there when they took the picture. Destination unknown. Now, this story is about a different kind of scare, one that you might not take seriously, but maybe you should. Back in 2003, the movie Final Destination 2 was released, and it featured this classic horror scene involving a log truck. Now, this movie scene became so iconic that when the new Final Destination movie was released earlier this year, the movie studio actually put ads on log trucks.
Oh, really?
Now, the Final Destination 2 log truck scene pretty much influenced the driving habits of a whole generation.
And this is what Final Destination did to the millennials. Look.
Nobody's behind that truck. Not one car in the lane.
You. Final Destination, PTSD. Yeah, buddy. Shit, my car ain't really highway ready, but shit, I remember the time when we was driving, there was a truck carrying logs. Man, I ducked over to the right lane so fast.
But some people didn't see Final Destination 2, or maybe they just didn't take it seriously.
This guy has never watched Final Destination 2, because why are we following this jam?
Tori, every single millennial is terrified, and you have, oh my gosh, we're cruising behind the lumber truck.
They have to strap those down.
Oh, I bet they said that in the movie too.
But here's what makes the Final Destination log truck scene especially creepy. Because sometimes it actually happens.
Arriving behind the Final Destination truck, keeping our distance. For some reason, they're gonna lose it. Swear to God, they're gonna lose the log. Happening! It's happening! It's happening! Oh my God, I have my camera out. Oh my God!
And if you're saying, yeah, well, that's not like the movie, the log just fell off the side, even though the driver weirdly just kept going. But no, as I said before, this has actually happened.
This
Holy
crazy,
shit.
boy.
God damn.
So, is it scary or just a public service message? Either way, just do not drive behind a log truck. Thank you. The devil down below. A guy named Kyle Anthony says that lately he has been hearing strange sounds around his house.
Because even though they're supposed to be strapped down, it's human nature that you're going to make a mistake somewhere. And that mistake may one day get somebody killed. So in order to make sure you're not the one to get killed, just remove yourself from a situation that may get you killed. Therefore, driving behind a fucking logging truck.
Oddly enough,
because even if it is strapped down, it could be wear and tear, it could break. Hell, even something brand new can just break the moment it comes off the factory. Not everything that's made is airtight sealed. You can only add so much safety to a product made by human hands. It's not a guarantee.
he says that the sounds are coming from beneath his house, in the house's crawl space. He sets up a camera down there to see what's going on. What he captures makes his blood run cold.
I just saw the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch this.
What is that? Looks like a goddamn skinwalker.
Kyle's camera captures what looks like a person or something hiding in the tiny crawl space underneath his house. Thinking it might be some strange person actually living underneath his home, he goes into his house's crawl space to check it out.
I can't sleep.
You shouldn't do this shit alone by yourself.
There's a security camera. I don't know what I saw. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what this tarp is. Whether or not there's anything underneath it. I don't see anything. I don't see any signs of life. I don't see any signs of afterlife. I'm gonna get the heck out of here.
Kyle investigates and even crawls his way into the space underneath his house. But there's just no one there. So what do you think this is? Let me know.
He could have added it.
Sensing something bad. A guy named Nick takes care of his elderly grandmother who has dementia. One night while his grandmother is having an episode.
It showed the scene of the. When they showed the scene of the rattling part, someone could have been down there, like, because there's a video has been cut and edited. I don't know. I try not, just like special ed, the narrator. I mean, it's good for ha-has and hee-hees and, laughs and jump scares. It's just, I myself know that there's something out there. I'm just not going to go look for it. But because of the way that we live in the internet age and society itself, a lot of shit can be fake. So, I don't look at every horror video that looks real like I used to back then and scream, oh yeah, that's a ghost. That's automatically a ghost. Nowadays, I take everything with a grain of salt.
So, weird things start to happen around their house.
Dog was growling, it sensed something. They ain't supposed to. Yeah. Please tell me that's a cleaning robot. Please tell me that's a cleaning vacuum robot. Please tell me that's a cleaning vacuum robot.
You're freaking me out.
Nick's grandmother's dog starts to growl toward the kitchen for no reason. Then the roaming Roomba seems to randomly start and stop, as if it's sensing something right in front of it. But there's nothing there. And finally, something falls from the top.
So it was a robot. I don't have any of those, so I don't know how they function. But apparently, I guess if someone's nearby, it just stops. Okay.
Of the fridge. Now, as for the randomly stopping Roomba, Nick later shows that the little Roomba is functioning normally, and usually only does this when it is about to collide with something, like a person standing in front of it.
Can you try to step in front of that? So it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it.
And so in the video, we also see something fall. Well, Nick also explains this, and it's a little creepy.
One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. You see how far back they are. Genuinely.
Yeah,
I mean,
in a way,
the significant.
in a way, the fridge door, the top part is handled like it can't just slide off the fridge because the door is kind of blocking it. Like something has to physically knock it off itself.
Significance of an angel falling and not legitimately anything else she has.
Nick says that now both of his grandmother's dogs have become absolutely petrified of the kitchen. He says that both dogs sit and stare at the kitchen every night and often just refuse to enter that room.
I was watching my show and there's nothing there.
You don't sense
but then things get even creepier. Because one night, the Roomba at Nick's grandmother's house again just starts to act very strange.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo.
It's following him. This is freaky, bro.
Oh, that's
good. It's following him.
Jesus.
Yep.
Now, the Roomba following Nick around and crashing down the stairs is odd enough because, well, they're just not supposed to do that.
Right.
But the Roomba flipping over on its own has absolutely no explanation. Nick says that his grandmother found the Roomba in the living room and placed it back in the kitchen. He says that since this, the Roomba has just not moved again, despite having a full charge.
So the Roomba hasn't moved or flipped again, but my dogs are still scared of it. It moved for a bit when my grandma hit the reset switch, but it's currently kaput. Oh yeah, that damn Roomba was possessed by that Roomba was possessed by something. Yeah, that's creepy. That would be genuinely horrifying. That thing not only followed you wherever you went, but then at the end it flipped over. And now it don't work even at full charge.
But he does say that his grandma's 2 dogs are still scared of the device and often just stare at it. End of the road. Sam Rossi is an independent truck driver in Southeast Asia. He regularly posts his experiences and adventures as he drives his truck across the countryside of Indonesia. Late one night, Sam is driving his truck along a long, lonely stretch of road that locals claim is haunted by a dark spirit. Just after he crosses a bridge in the middle of nowhere, his truck suddenly breaks down.
Ya bener sampean. Apa jenenge? Tibake mesinku sing keder. Oh, wis tak servis ya, Lur ya. Hawane.
Sam can't understand what's wrong because he says that he's just recently had the truck checked and serviced. And this is when things take a terrifying turn.
Aku saiki ngomong yo, mambune moro-moro mambune gak enak Lur. Mambu melati campur amis. Sapa iku? Sapa? Si ambu amis Lur yo. Ayo. Sapa?
What the hell?
Hey, tuh, siapa iki? Ngelot, muncul.
Sam smells something horrible and peers under his truck, only to see someone's bare feet that seem to be floating just above the pavement on the other side. But when he checks, there's no one there. After this spooky encounter and with his truck stalled on the road, Sam decides to get out of there and go find some help. Scary videos. Now these are videos that kind of fit this scary genre, but they're kind of goofy or funny.
Yeah.
Maybe just goofy. Anyway, you decide. First up, a man spots something terrifying peering at him from the corner of his door frame. And then it was just his cat. But how did it get up there? Was it something supernatural? Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't anything supernatural. Next, we move on to something really scary that actually makes its way inside the door. The result is truly disturbing.
I'm gonna cry. Mama,
Some say that this unfortunate woman never made it out of that room.
Wow.
And then some say she just stepped on that roach. Continuing on, sometimes we hear about strange things that are said to be the result of paranormal activity, but we only have the story and experience of the person who witnessed it. Case in point.
Bro, that cat. I kicked that shit. Like a Saudi Arabian ghost hunter. Kick the fuck out that motherfucker. Hey, yo.
Afterwards, this very scared guy watched the CCTV, and he felt like an idiot, I would assume. Now, finally, if you believe in strange creatures and cryptids, well, the road maintenance crew in Australia is right there with you.
It's Australia. It's Australia. Australia is home to some of the most dangerous creatures and insects known to man. It's Australia. What you expect? If there are cryptids anywhere, it's Australia. And I ain't got nothing against Australia or Australian. I'm just saying, I will never go to your country because there's too many dangerous and deadly things that can kill you with same-day shipping in under 30 minutes. I'm sorry, that can't be me. No, no, no.
Hang on a goddamn minute. There's a fucking what in 40 kilometers? Where the fuck are we going?
Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you back again next time.
I'm gonna cry.
Call the Roach King. One of the citizens just got killed. Excuse me. Well, that's gonna do it for y'all, folks. That's the 3 videos. I'm going to end it off here. This is definitely going on my YouTube as well. Just another reaction video. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Share it with other people so I can bring more funny things to you if I'm being funny. Well, y'all take care and thank y'all so much. Have a nice day. Bye.